last week's video was not Christmassy and I have a Christmas tree behind me. This week's video is Christmassy, but I do not have a Christmas tree behind me. But I do have this Rudolph bubble hat. This week I'm going to talk about my favorite Christmas films. Not all of them are going to be Christmas films necessarily, just films that have that I see during Christmas time or the lead up to Christmas. The first one I'm going to start off with probably my favorite one, which is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now there's a lot of controversy around this one because it's, oh, is it a Halloween one, is it a Christmas one? Well, I see it as being both, and I see it throughout the year. I mean, Tim Burton's one of my it's my favorite director. I know it did not direct The Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's still a Tim Burton movie. My favorite songs from that are, although I love all of them, I think the Sally song, what's the name? I can't remember the name, but the song Sally sings when, like, it's simply not to be, you know, that one. And the Oogie Boogie song, I love it. I just love the groove of that song. Next one is not a Christmas one. It's 101 Dalmatians. Now, this is special to me, and I do see it on Christmas a lot because here in Portugal, on Christmas Eve, for some reason, like when me and my brother were younger, it was always on TV. So I have a lot of memories of me and my brother being like, because we open presents at midnight, like on the 24th. Obviously it's midnight, so it's the 25th Christmas Eve. There was always 101 Dalmatians on, and it just finished right before midnight. So when it finished, we had like 3 or 5 minutes left to open the presents, and I have a lot of good memories from that film, a lot of nostalgia. Me and my brother being really young, so I do see it on Christmas every year because it just has a lot of memories to me. Another one is Home Alone. Home Alone is the one we always see it Christmas Day. And I mean, who doesn't like Home Alone? I know it's like, my parents are like, oh, this again. I'm like, yes, this again. You know, it's the perfect, I mean, it's just such a nice Christmas film. It's also filled with nostalgia because it's so old, so we've been seeing it through a lot of years, and I find that's like, those are the special ones, you know, like the ones you've seen throughout the entire throughout the years. It's just so funny. We all laugh when we see it, even though it's like the 100th time we are seeing it. We always laugh, and I think I always see it more than once every year. The next one is Elf. Elf is one of those films that I really like. It's one of those films that's just Christmas, you know? It's like Christmas. Yeah, I feel like it's probably the first Christmas film I watched, like before Christmas. The first time I saw it, I was a little bit older, so it doesn't have as much nostalgia as the other ones, but Elf nonetheless is one of my favorite Christmas films, and I watch it every year more than once. I think I've seen it 3 times this year already. Coraline, it's one of those, it's quirky, it's weird, it's the same director as The Nightmare Before Christmas. It could be a Tim Burton film, for all we know. It's just filled with that quirkiness that he has. But Coraline is, first of all, animated films I feel like are so Christmassy, and Coraline is obviously, I mean, Coraline is not Christmassy. I had to see it around this time of the year because the first time I saw it was on, I think I was on Christmas break from school the first time I saw it, and because I couldn't go to the cinema because I really wanted to see that in the cinema. but I just love it. And it's another one that it's one of those things, you know, it's not Christmas, it's not a Christmas film, but not necessarily a Christmas film, but I always see it around Christmas because I don't know, I just always associated with me, my brother, my mom seeing it at the fire, by the fireplace, and my brother and my mom saying this is so weird, and me just being like, I don't know, and loving it. So yeah, Coraline. A really recent one is Arthur Christmas. I saw it last year for the first time. I'm not sure when it first came out, but I saw it last year and I fell in love with it. I just feel like it's so, you know, it puts such a real aspect to Santa Claus or Father Christmas, or it's just like, it makes it real, the fact that he has a family, that the job goes through from him to his son, and to, you know, it runs in the family and it goes from son to son to son. I just feel like it also makes it really believable how he does the whole present around the world thing. Another favorite film that we watch every year is The Scrooge. The Scrooge, it's just like one of those that you sit there in the beginning, I'm like, what am I watching? And as the movie goes along and as you see it more and more, like every year, it just becomes really fun, and I don't know, I just really like it. I see it a lot with my brother. My brother also really likes that one. Last but not least, it's probably the most underrated Christmas film, or one of the most underrated Christmas films of all time, which is The Polar Express. I never see it featured on like favorites lists and stuff like that. I feel like people always forget that that movie exists. I'm always like, oh, do you remember that film? And they're like, oh yeah, that's really cool. The Polar Express features, for those of you who are Hunger Games fans, you may know Josh Hutcherson who plays Peter. It features young Josh Hutcherson doing the voice of the main character. You can tell that's Josh Hutcherson. It's so magical, it's such a magical film. I've seen it 5 times this year. I'm going to see it on Christmas Eve if I have the time. Definitely one of those films that it's not Christmas until you've seen Polar Express for me. It's like there's snow, it's just so beautiful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give this video a like if you agree. I would love to hear your favorite films as well, so leave it in the comments below. No one's watching me, so I don't know. This is what YouTubers say. So I don't know. Maybe someone will watch it and start commenting, I don't know. Bye and have a Merry Christmas.